What's going on, everybody? Today, what we have for you is a basketball video. What I'm going to be talking about is the Warriors and their future. Now, I just did a live stream on my Twitch channel. That's going to be plugged in the description, twitch.tv/MJHurleySports. I do a lot of just reaction stuff on there. Tonight, I watched Clay's 60-point game against, who was it? I just watched the video. Who was it? I just watched the game. It was the Pacers. Thank you. I apologize. It's been a long day. Today was our launch day. I'm recording this for tomorrow. So what I want to talk about today is the future of the Golden State Warriors. The biggest thing that I'm going to talk about is who they should draft with their 2020 draft pick, what they should do moving forward with the assets of Clay, Steph, Draymond, Andrew Wiggins, and some of the younger players like Jordan Poole, Damian Lee, Alan Smilejek, guys like that. So first thing is, who should they draft with their 2020 first round pick? I'm pretty sure this is obvious. If it isn't obvious to you, I apologize. Please go check out some draft videos or some mock drafts because it's very obvious to me. I saw some NBA Insider, or maybe it was Barstool Sports or Bleacher Report, somebody like that, put on Twitter, James Wiseman is on the top of the Golden State Warriors draft board. And I thought, no duh. He's the best center in the draft. He's 7'1", 240 pounds. And the Warriors haven't had a good center since who knows when. And their biggest hole, especially now that KD is gone, is they don't have a 7-footer in the paint. Their best big man is Kevon Looney or Eric Pascal or Draymond Green, who are all good players, but Draymond Green is Draymond Green is no longer a defensive player of the year. Let's just be honest. He's not. He was that for a couple years, and then the league kind of figured out how to go at Draymond, and he's just getting back down in the post, and he's not as good of a defensive player as he was anymore. Eric Pascal is still coming into his own. Kevon Looney is just limited in what he can do. He's a good rotational backup center, but he is not the starting center for the Golden State Warriors. So if the Golden State Warriors do not somehow get their hands on James Wiseman, I am going to be upset. I'm just going to tell you now, you can look forward to that draft reaction video from me in June or July or whenever the draft happens, that it's postponed, whatever. I don't know when that's going to happen, but whenever it does happen, I swear, if they do not draft James Wiseman, pigs are going to fly and hell is going to freeze over. I'm using that in the wrong way, I know. Sorry, Dad, English teacher, but, it will not go well on this channel if the Warriors don't draft James Wiseman. The reason being, he's going to keep them relevant for a very long time. He's going to be a fantastic player. I may be overselling him. We only saw him for 5-6 games at Memphis before he left because of NCAA issues. But I really do think he's going to be a fantastic player, a special player. Now, to go along with that, how are the Warriors going to be positioned for future success? I think the way they do that is they trade Andrew Wiggins, and they trade that, they keep the Minnesota pick in 2021 that's top 3 protected. If Minnesota's top 3 that year, they get it unprotected in 2022. I want them to keep that pick because I do think Minnesota is still going to be bad. So I would say a trade I would like is something along the lines of Andrew Wiggins, Damian Lee, and Golden State's 2021 first-round pick for a better small forward, or swap Andrew Wiggins and Draymond. If you want to go younger with Andrew Wiggins, have kind of him and Wiseman as the quote-unquote future. Obviously, Clay and Curry are still going to be playing for at least 4 to 6 years, if not more. I mean, honestly, I think when their legs kind of go and they're not as fast anymore, they can still be amazing catch-and-shoot guys for a very long time. I'd not be surprised if one of them plays into their 40s. Probably Clay over Steph. I think Steph will have injury concerns later in his career, but we're not going to talk about that right now. I would love to see, my opinion is I would love to see Draymond, somebody like Damian Lee or Jordan Poole, one of those two. I'm not really attached to either one of those. I think they're very similar players, very similar upsides. Damian Lee would probably stay because he's Steph Curry's brother-in-law. So, I mean, probably it would be Jordan Poole, Draymond Green, a first-round pick, and maybe a second-round pick in 2022 or something like that. Send that somewhere. I don't really have a player in mind. I would even be happy with starting Eric Pascal and just getting a lot of draft assets and a lot of depth back. So if we can get a couple first-round picks and a couple good bench guys out of that trade, I would be happy with a starting lineup of Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Andrew Wiggins at the 3, Eric Pascal at the 4, and James Wiseman at the 5. It's not, I mean, Eric Pascal is not amazing, but I really do think he can turn into a Draymond-esque player. I don't really think you're losing much value there. And if we can improve our bench off of that, you're also losing some salary by trading Draymond, assuming you get younger players back or guys that are not on as big of deals. You're opening up some salary there. That would be the bonus of trading Andrew Wiggins, is he is more of a max deal. He has a lot more salary tied to him. So that would be the benefit of that there. But I really do think that getting rid of Draymond would be the best move. I mean, if you watch like 2K20 rebuilds, he starts regressing like crazy. I know that's a video game, but I do think it's fairly realistic in that sense. I don't think Draymond Green is going to last long. So that is where the direction I would like the Warriors to go. I honestly think if they can get James Wiseman, trade the Minnesota pick, the Draymond Green, and a couple rotation guys that we've built up their value, I do think the Warriors can be very successful. And I really think that the time off from the NBA is going to benefit them. I saw Stephen A. Smith and Max Kellerman debating this. They're talking about Nets or Warriors. Who's going to benefit more from this time off? And I have to side with Max Kellerman for once. I normally don't do that. But I have to side with Max Kellerman saying the Warriors are going to benefit a lot from this, because it's honestly as if they never had a bad season. They go to the NBA Finals, lose because Klay and Kevin Durant are both hurt for the majority of those finals. Steph Curry does the best he can, but Kawhi Leonard obviously takes the Raptors to the NBA championship. 2020 is tainted. We know that if there even is an NBA champion crowned, it's not going to be the same. So, I mean, if the Warriors go back to the finals in 2021 in the Western Conference, take down Grizzlies, Pelicans, Lakers, Clippers, all of those guys, I really do think they could do that. I really think they could go back to the NBA Finals. I really think they could repeat again and just continue their incredible run for as long as Steph, Klay, and hopefully James Wiseman are there. So those are kind of my overall thoughts on the future of the Golden State Warriors. I really hope that they get James Wiseman. I will be upset if they don't. But overall, I really think that they are going to be a fantastic team moving forward. They're an amazing franchise. Bob Myers knows what he's doing in Golden State, so I trust in that. The last thing I want to comment on is something I was realizing when I was live streaming the Klay 60-point game. The brand of basketball that the Warriors play is revolutionary. We just haven't seen it. And when people get mad at especially younger kids for like bandwagoning the Golden State Warriors, I think what they miss out on is they're watching the Golden State Warriors and rooting for them because of how fun they were. The same reason that kids in the 80s were in love with the Showtime Lakers and Magic Johnson. It's the same brand of basketball. It is Showtime in Golden State, except they shoot threes, which wasn't really as much of a thing in the 80s because the three-point line was newer. Guys like Magic Johnson didn't really have a three-point shot. I mean, even in 2K, Magic, when you play with a Magic card, he doesn't have a good three-point shot. So I really think that the style of play had more of an effect on the quote-unquote bandwagon fans than the team winning. Now, obviously, in every sport, there are bandwagon fans that will just hop on any team that is a dynasty. You see that with the Patriots in football, and you saw that with the Warriors in the NBA. But I really do think that the brand of basketball they played had more of an impact on that. And if they can get James Wiseman, that brand of basketball will flourish because you can just feed the ball into the post with James Wiseman, and that cutting action that they have with Steph and Klay and Draymond and Andrew Wiggins, I think that will flourish with James Wiseman in the post because you're going to have to double team him sometimes, and then you're going to have to leave a shooter open, and that's dangerous. So I really do hope the Warriors get James Wiseman. That brand of basketball will be alive and well in Golden State for a long time to come, I do believe, as a Golden State Warriors fan, as a fan of the NBA, somebody who covers the NBA now, somebody who's just invested in the National Basketball Association. I think anybody who's invested in the NBA wants to see the Golden State Warriors do well, and if you don't, you're kind of butthurt and you're lying to yourself. That's just my opinion. Feel free to roast me for it. So go ahead and check out my socials and Twitch channel and my podcast and everything in the description. Thank you guys for watching. I'll be back tomorrow with my miscellaneous sports day. It's going to be a good video, so don't miss it. It'll be out at 9 a.m. tomorrow, so check it out. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good jazz, and I'll talk to you later.